Big ass Tbull. Today we got to look at the Friesland for you. We got Jersey Swirsky on the screen there. Sims Bay, standard destroyer inspiration package for me. There's a look at the ship. We'll be going over whether I recommend the Friesland or not at the end, but it is currently available as of this release at least, when the European destroyers are being launched. It's available for 750 green XP. A costly sum, yes, but potentially worth it. I'll let you know towards the end my full thoughts on this. I will jump right in the game, though. We got an epicenter game here on one of the new maps. Curiously enough, you actually start in the outer ring in some of these deployments, so the outer ring becomes immediately contested. We're going to try and see that big island basically directly below us. We're going to be playing off of that. That's the opening play, at least. We'll see how long we can keep there, keep productive in that area, at least. 4.4 range on the sonar. American smokes. We got great consumables on this thing. And the guns. You're going to see the guns in action. The guns pump out a lot of damage. And this isn't actually my quote-unquote Friesland build. Usually when I was just playing Friesland a lot, I had Swirsky. But instead of slot 2 having the concealment on there, which is what I got on there now because we're playing a bunch of European destroyers and I'm using Swirsky a lot. But instead of that, we were having the 10% damage enhancement. Okay, so because of the characteristics of the ship, there's no torpedoes. We're not trying to necessarily sneak around as much. You can get away with that if you're going to spec just for the ship. But if not, this will be how it looks with more of a concealment focus. Actually, a double concealment. Fletcher's spotted there. We're pulling as close to this island as possible. Probably need to be going a little bit more to the left even, but I'm thinking, okay, we got some shots there. Okay, we got smoke over here. What's going on? There's the Shimakaze. So we got a destroyer over here to worry about ourselves. But whenever we're engaging these destroyers, key to destroyer v destroyer fights, we talk about this a lot, limit the ability of the red ships to support them, and hopefully have your own ships in the position to support you. If you can get 2v1, 3v1, and your team's actually shooting at those destroyers, huge advantage. Okay, so Grover's over here where Nashima's still in the smoke at the moment, and we'll just go ahead and take some shots at him. Very quick reload on this, and of course you can get it down even further than how we have it here. We got spotted, and the Grover was behind the smoke. Looking on the map, I don't see anything to the east that's likely spotting us. It's possible, but I'm in my mind when I'm playing this, I'm thinking, okay, Shima's probably squirted out there a little bit, and we're just going to make sure we're pulling over here to limit any ability of torps to hit us from that position. Fletcher, he's low. Okay, well, boom. Let's see if we can get some shots on him here. And the turrets, 360 degrees. That means we can flop around like a fish. Turn right, turn left, doesn't matter. The guns quickly get on position. So outstanding offensive performance on the guns in this thing. There's nothing really wrong with them. We'll see some AP, we'll see some HE. You pick your poison if the target's broadside. Usually I'd still like to get a fire or two to get that background kind of passive damage building, but then if they're broadside, pepper the superstructure, pepper whatever you got. With the AP, you'll rack up plenty of damage. Okay, now this is a good scoring game here. I don't think it's anywhere near my highest damage game with this ship, but we will be basically controlling the play and the flow of this match from our position here. So we got a nice 2-ship lead here. We got one of them on our score sheet. In fact, Yamato pulling forward here. I'm thinking, okay, let's post up. And since we're keeping an eye on the map, okay, it doesn't look like we got anything to the rear of us. We still got that Shima on the loose. We got to be wary of him. We pop the smoke here. Getting radared. It's one of the radar cruisers. I think they got in Alaska back there. Not a lot to really shoot at me. Yeah, the Yamato does have a shot, but I thought he was occupied. And then here's the Shima pops up. I think maybe one of our, either the plane flew over him, I think is what's going on there. It looks like the plane's lighting him up. Could have been a radar, but I think the plane's doing a good job of keeping him spotted, which is great carrier play. So we're peppering him down here. He's getting blasted, and a little bit difficult to see what he's doing. He's wobbling back and forth here, but with these huge splashes going over the side of the ship here, can't necessarily see until he starts to get loose there a little bit. And now he goes broadside. He's trying to get out of there, and this is going to cost him, or he's going to go down pretty quick here. So gunfights, destroyer v destroyer against the Friesland, not comfortable. Not something you want to be willingly seeking out unless you think you can get some sort of first strike advantage, or maybe get some damage, disengage, and then reappear later to take the fight. So we got both destroyers down on red. That's huge. We got 3 ships off their board, 1/3 of the team versus 1 ship on our side. And here we got some fires in the Yamato. Okay, let's go ahead and test the AP out here and watch the damage. We're starting out with 33,000, and in the span of seconds, this number is going to go up quite a bit. So for a little puny destroyer, The ship is a very, very dangerous threat to everything. Okay, and if you're sailing around, okay, there's a Friesland, he's taking a couple pot shots, I mean, no big deal. Incorrect. This thing can whittle you down very quickly. We had about 12,000 damage off destroyer guns. What was that? 40 seconds, 50 seconds, something like that. I don't know, wasn't paying too close attention, but very quickly. Okay, then we go ahead and we got Yamato angled. Sure, let's go ahead and switch over to HE. I was kind of waiting for a play to develop here. Seeing we got these ships kind of directly south of us, they're the closest to us, but I'm not going to charge out there and rush these guys, so we're trying to back this Yamato up or maybe deal some damage, trying to get a good read on them. That's the one disadvantage with this lacking the torps, besides the fact that we can't actually torp things. We can't use the torp indicator to judge the ship speed. Normally, if I'm in most destroyers, I'd be periodically popping that thing up. Is he backing up or not? You can tell distance to target greater or less than the actual distance to the target. So I use that torp indicator as kind of an intelligence gathering device as well. But we're seeing the thing move forward here now. You can see the way it's coming off the nose and peppering them up here. We're just trying to light that nose on fire. It's going to be, yeah, we can get some damage, especially if we're in the superstructure. Might even, you can make the argument that's better than what we're trying to do here, but I'm trying to catch that nose on fire, get a couple passive fires going. Once that happens, then we can go attack the superstructure once again. So we're just being patient here. We're not being spotted. No, we're not getting damage in this sequence yet, but now we get that fire we're looking for, and now we're going to start aiming up and try and go back to hitting these shots. Once again, if he's broadside in this instance, we're definitely going AP. But since he's pointing at us, stick with the HE. That'll be the most reliable thing here. And the damage continues to tick up. I mean, if you check the top corner every few seconds, you're going to be, okay, well, it went up 10,000, went up 20,000. This happens very quickly with this ship. So Friesland, you know, you kind of have to deal with it properly. You know, if you're going to let it blast you like this unmolested, it's going to molest you. Jump Suzuki is moving out here. He's nearly full range. That's all right. We're going to just try and back up. He's got long shots, you know, fast firing guns, kind of like us, light caliber guns. So if he decides he's going to open up on us, we'll just move forward and continue to use this island. But, ooh, wow. Montana whacks him out there. And now he's done. Now they're down to 3 ships. I got 3 kills. I'm thinking, well, maybe cracking. Maybe cracking. Let's see what we got here. Grover's over there. We got something down yonder. And well, I'm thinking, all right, let's go over Grover. Because carrier last seen going east to west, right? So I'm thinking the best chance to get 2 kills, we're going to probably want to get the 2 ships that are clumped up close together. We also have an Alaska who's turned tail, and he's running for the hills. So he's going to be tough for me to catch. But the Grosser Curve first, of course, we know where he is. And I'm kind of rolling the dice. I'm kind of thinking, okay, if the carrier's over there, we get the Grover quick. And then we find the carrier, because we did get all 3 bases. You'll see that. We get a nice part of the score here. We captured and controlled all 3 sections of the circle. But I'm now thinking to myself, okay, if we're trying to get the Kraken while we're racing against the score, which is going to be rapidly rising. So as the curve first pulls around here, guns fire immediately. And we're going in blazing. Trying to hit the superstructure here once again, try to get a fire too. We got the fire. You can see he's got the build that limits his fires to 3 on his ship. So we're not really getting any more damage here, but it's very easy for us to hit that superstructure there. And we know it's nice, reliable damage. So we just stuck with the HE in that instance. So we got the 4th kill. Twisting Tracks now suggesting down here. And it could be the Alaska. Could be the carrier in front of the Alaska, but I'm kind of doubting it. I think the carrier, at least is my thought process at this point in time, probably turn around. We're seeing planes that emanate directly south of where that Alaska was last spotted. That's another clue. Sometimes we've seen savvy carrier pilots kind of redirect their planes into an alternative route just to hide their current position. That's a nice savvy carrier play if you're trying to run for your life like these guys are doing, or trying to disguise your position at the very least. But anyway, we're not going to wind up catching these guys. But in the last minute here, I'll just give you my thoughts. Friesland came out in a dual ship campaign with the Loyang. It was kind of a, I don't know if you want to call it a money grab, or I would say more of a savvy marketing ploy on Wargaming's part, because you could earn one of the ships with the campaign, and then you could buy the other one with the green XP or whatever at the time. And I ponied up. A lot of people ponied up, because Loyang, I still think, is extremely strong. It's got the best destroyer sonar in terms of range. It's got a lot of tools. Good ship as well. Friesland, I always said, well, Friesland's top of the pack in terms of fun factor. And by the way, it's a little beast as well. It's a great ship. especially if you understand the gunboat role. If you're just here to nuke battleships in the back using your torps, probably not going to enjoy this. But those of you that understand the capture control concept of the game, the counter destroyer part of the game, and the fact that we can whack planes with great aplomb, which unfortunately we didn't really get a chance to highlight in this game, even though we had a carrier. There's a lot of fun factors here. We got great American smoke, great consumables, good sonar, only beat by a couple 2-3 destroyers at the tier. So Friesland, I like it a lot. Now, if I had to reevaluate at this point in time, is it better or worse than Loyang? They're really close to each other. I don't know if I'm to the point putting Friesland on top yet, but they're pretty damn close is the point. So that's a look at the Friesland for you guys. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, please hit the thumbs up. New to the channel, consider subscribing. Lots of World of Warships going on.